I just gave a touch of the input-output ports. I described that input-output ports are the physical interface between the computer and the outward. For example, you connect your mouse, your keyboard, and your monitor to the computer with help of the input-output ports. So that physical connection where you connect your cable of the monitor, your mouse cable and other devices cables, that physical point where you connect it is called the input output ports. Generally, the computer sends data to the peripherals. We remember peripherals are the input output devices. Generally, the computer sends data to the peripheral device through and through an output ports and receives information through an input port. So that is the difference between the input port and the output port. So output ports send data to the peripheral, and the input port receives data from the peripheral. Ports can be configured in software to be either an input port or the output port. The keyboard, mouse, video monitor, printer, and other peripheral communicate the central processing unit through individual ports. Ports are generally classified as either serial ports with a single data line or parallel ports with multiple data lines. Like for example, you connect the USB with the serial port. You connect the LPT with the parallel port. Like the old computers used the parallel lines for its communication, so that cable, that parallel lines cable, is connected with a parallel port. Buses. You already know buses, but here we will also include the buses which are used outside for your peripherals. Peripherals are connected to the computer ports with standard interface buses. A bus can be thought as a highway for digital signals that consist of a set of physical connections as well as electrical specifications for signals. Examples for serial buses are the FireWire and USB. The most common parallel bus is simply called the parallel bus, which connect to a port commonly referred to as printer port. Another example of parallel bus for connecting lab instruments to computer is the general purpose interface bus, that is GPIB. We personally used all those buses. Like for example, in my lab, I connected one of the instrument to the computer with the help of the GPIB bus. And in old printers, we use the parallel bus to connect with the computer. But nowadays, printers are connected with the USB bus, which is the serial bus. And the USB is very popular example of the serial bus. The three basic types of the internal buses that interconnect the central processing unit with memory and storage and with input and output ports are the address bus, data bus, and control bus. These buses are usually lumped into what is called local bus. So these address bus, data bus, and control buses are combined together in a bus, in a big bus, which is called the local bus. We will study a few more detail of the buses, and there you will see that there is not just a local bus, there are other types of buses as well. But basic buses are the data bus, the control bus, the address bus. So whatever other buses would be over there, that would consist of a data bus, address bus, and the control bus. The address bus is used to the address bus is used by the central processing unit to specify memory location or address and to select ports. The data bus is used to transfer program instructions and data between the central processing unit, memory, and ports. The control bus is used for transferring control signals to and from central processing unit. I'm not going in the detail because we already studied too much detail of the bus.